Before you jump on the bandwagon and start using artificial intelligence, have a listen to my experience with it. Perhaps you'll second guess the next bit of advice you get from a computer screen. Hello, fellow mutants. A few months back, when I was doing research for my Capri Camper videos, I asked AI, specifically ChatGPT 3.5, a question, and it provided an answer that seemed plausible. But a little background first. I've used AI to assist with sorting out information hard to come by in the past. It can be very useful for some niche knowledge. For example, I might ask what type of plant or lizard would be best suited for human consumption in the Chihuahuan Desert of West Texas, or what plant could be used as a source of emergency water. The plants and animals in West Texas are not the same as Arizona, for example. There are few, if any, examples of the iconic saguaro cactus. Rather, you're likely to see tall yucca trees instead. The more narrow the area for your search, the more niche the knowledge becomes. AI can help by limiting the answers it gives to only the fauna and flora of the particular region. It can be a quick way of getting some ideas. It's either that or thumb through a rare book written in the 1960s with black and white photos that is only going to tell me what lizards are in the area, certainly not which ones might be the most suitable for roasting on a spit over a campfire, nor which local plant I could use for fibers to wrap the head of a stone tomahawk. So back to the truck camper videos. I wanted to know more about the origins of the Capri Camper Company itself, so I queried ChatGPT and got the following response. Capri Camper is a family-owned truck camper manufacturer based in Bluffdale, Texas that has been in business for over 50 years. The company was founded by Ralph Zorn in the early 1970s, and it became a small operation that manufactured camping trailers. However, in 1978, the company shifted its focus to the production of truck bed campers. The first Capri campers were built in a small shop in Chandler, Arizona, before the company relocated to Texas in the 1980s. Since then, the company has grown to become one of the largest and most respected truck camper manufacturers in the United States. I wasn't about to throw these facts into a video without double-checking them, so I tried to confirm this information with web searches about Chandler, Arizona and Ralph Zorn, but came up empty. So I posed ChatGPT a question once more. I couldn't find any mention of Ralph Zorn founding Capri Camper. Do you know where I could find more on that? I apologize for the error in my earlier response. Upon further research, I could not find any information to suggest that Ralph Zorn was involved in founding Capri Camper. Capri Camper was actually founded by Joe and Joan Ward in 1969, and the company is still family-owned and operated today. I apologize for any confusion or misinformation that my earlier response may have caused. If you have other questions, please let me know and I'll do my best to help. This set alarm bells ringing in my head. I decided to pose the previous answer as a question, adding the location to see where AI would take it. So, Joe and Joan Ward were the founders of Capri Camper. They began operations in 1969 in a small warehouse in Burleson, Texas. Yes, that's correct. Joe and Joan Ward founded Capri Camper in 1969, and the company began operations in a small warehouse in Burleson, Texas. Over the years, Capri Camper has grown to become a well-respected manufacturer of high-quality truck campers, and the company is still family-owned and operated today. I knew that ChatGPT has some limitations in its knowledge of the world up to a certain date, but the DaCostas took ownership of the company well before the cutoff. At this point, I began to question anything I had been told, not only in this topic, but others I had researched using ChatGPT. What if I had used improper information about edible desert plants, even in a fictional story like the one in Johnny Apocalypse? When did Pete and Tyson DaCosta take over the company? I asked. I'm sorry, but I don't have any information indicating that Pete and Tyson DaCosta have taken over Capri Camper. As far as I know, the company is still owned and operated by the Ward family. If you have any more questions, please let me know and I'll do my best to help. The answer at least was encouraging. It stated, as far as I know, rather than pretending to know something else. So I wondered how the AI might respond to updated information. This is what I found, I wrote. In 2003, a brand new manufacturing facility was built in Bluffdale, Texas, between Stephenville and Granbury, where the company resides today. In February of 2014, Capri was purchased by native Texans Pete and Tyson DaCosta, who now work full-time at the Bluffdale, Texas facility. New ownership introduced an exciting new level of enthusiasm and a passion for building the finest, custom-made campers in America. The answer came. I apologize for the confusion earlier. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. You are correct. In 2014, Capri Camper was purchased by Pete and Tyson DaCosta, and it continued. Of course, the information I supplied was correct. It was from the Capri Camper website, but it did still not answer my question about who the founders of the company were. Tyson DaCosta answered this directly to me. The founders of Capri were two brothers who started building campers out of their garage in Joshua, Texas. I can't remember their names, but I will see if I can find that, and I'll send along any information I can find. Only a day or two later, I heard back again. This weekend, we actually ran into one of the original campers Capri built with the logo and everything on the back. The brothers who started the company were the Torres brothers. I have attached a couple of pictures of the camper. More than likely, this camper is from the 70s or early 80s. Hope this helps. While everything worked out in the end, thanks to true human-to-human communication, any confidence I had in AI as a reliable tool was shaken. It became clear to me that after this exchange, while a potential springboard for ideas, ChatGPT 3.5 at least cannot be counted upon for factual information. Worse yet, it seems incentivized to provide incorrect but plausible-sounding answers. I looked around to see if anyone else had this same experience and found this. Many authors that use ChatGPT in academia for teaching and review is problematic precisely due to ChatGPT's tendency to hallucinate. Robert Bowens, an assistant professor at Tilburg University, found this issue when he received a peer review report on his article generated by ChatGPT, as the report mentioned fake studies. According to librarian Chris Granatino from Lemux Library at Seattle University, although ChatGPT itself can generate content that seemingly includes legitimate citations, in practice those citations are either not genuine or incorrect. This makes me wonder if its programming is encouraged to provide answers to questions even if the information it relies upon is sketchy at best or even completely concocted out of thin air. Hallucination is a kinder term than I'd use. I am certain AI will continue to improve over time, but what if that improvement means it just gets a lot better at satisfying our queries by telling us what it thinks we want to hear? That old book on desert plants, written by a man who had first-hand experience in West Texas, begins to look a lot better. Well, that's all I have for today, fellow mutants. Until next time, it's Copper Mutant, signing out.